I'd also like to thank the hosts tonight and all the people that have come out. The Respect for Life Committee is a single issue group addressing the issues of abortion, and I understand that. It's an important issue. I want you to know that I attended Fordham University, and the Jesuits trained us in things like theology, philosophy, and ethics. These questions of how we deal with the challenge of abortion and how to bring it down throughout the country are right on the forefront of thoughts and action. But please keep in mind that the Supreme Court of the United States of America has made a decision on this, and it's a decision that has been somewhat taken out of our hands. So until the laws of this land change, I'm going to stand with the laws, as I stand with the Constitution. You asked me if I'm pro-life without exception.
Yes.
And the answer is that I am pro-choices. I'm pro-education. I'm
You're
pro.
pro-death.
I
That's
am
what
pro.
You are pro-death, period.
Okay. I would really like everyone to respect the opinion of everyone here, regardless of our agreement or disagreement. So I would like us to really allow the candidates to state their positions. That's what they're here for, and then we're here to decide on where we want to cast our votes come September. If you please.
I guess I had a little bit of difficulty answering that question. Can you hear me now, Mike? I'm a man that supports pro-choices. I'm a man that supports education. I'm a man that supports parents administering and providing a moral and ethical education for their children. I think our schools have a major role in sexuality education as well. So when we sit down and we have these discussions, one, I will stay within the law. Two, pro-choices represents an opportunity for people to have those choices. I, as a man, will not stand in the way of a woman's choice. I will stay within the law.
I believe there's a bill in the Assembly now. That's the reason why the federal government is thinking of passing this rule to stop what New York State seems to be hell-bent on doing. I hope they get this passed in time. Will you vote against that bill? I think it's called the RAP bill, is it, or something? They actually will, says here, they will not certify nurses who will not perform abortions or not give, this is the intention. And the federal government law is to try and stop that. Will you make it unnecessary for the federal government to try and stop it by helping defeat that bill in the Assembly?
There's a severe shortage of nurses and healthcare workers throughout our entire state. But I would support anyone who would satisfy the education requirements, that would work in the hospitals, and choose not to participate in any aspect of abortions. So I'm not familiar with the bill that you're talking about, but I do believe that the licensing requirements of healthcare, nurses, even doctors, they should have the option to participate or not when it comes to those issues.
If you're running for New York State Assembly, you really should know the most comprehensive anti-life bill that's before the New York State Legislature. If you're running for New York State Assembly, you should know that the New York State budget includes funding for partial birth abortion. I'll leave it to you all to decide, but the RAP bill is the most comprehensive anti-life bill before any state legislature in the United States of America. And everybody who suggests that they're pro-choice on the Democratic side of the aisle, and still, we've been here for 3 hours, we still do not know where John Degnan will stand, whether he will sit with Sheldon Silver or whether he'll sit with my leader, Jim Tedesco, who I have 110 support from the Republicans on that side of the aisle. That bill would force Catholic hospitals out of business. It would put nurses and patients on the street, and it would force not only doctors and nurses, it would force the entire Catholic hospital to perform abortions, including late-term abortion. It's the sickest piece of legislation to come before the New York State Legislature. And the fact that this gentleman doesn't know what that bill is speaks volumes.